Sudden Rich, written and published by Rich Audiobooks. The moment you receive unexpected wealth marks a pivotal turning point in your life, one that requires immediate discretion. While the natural impulse might be to share your exciting news with the world, this first chapter addresses why privacy should become your new best friend. When sudden wealth enters your life, whether through inheritance, lottery winnings, or a business sale, the ripple effects extend far beyond your bank account. Your relationships, both personal and professional, can transform overnight when people learn about your financial windfall. Family members you haven't heard from in years might suddenly appear with emergency requests. Friends may view you differently, perhaps expecting you to pick up every dinner tab or fund their business ventures. Even casual acquaintances might feel entitled to share their opinions about how you should manage your money. The media and social networks amplify these challenges exponentially. In today's connected world, news travels at lightning speed. A single social media post about your windfall can attract unwanted attention from legitimate financial professionals and fraudsters alike. Professional fraudsters specifically target newly wealthy people, knowing they may be vulnerable and inexperienced in handling significant sums of money. Your physical security could even be compromised if the wrong people learn about your sudden wealth. Chapter 1. Don't Tell Everyone. Consider the story of Jack Whitaker, who won $315 million, 0 cents, in the Powerball lottery. After his win became public, he faced numerous challenges: multiple burglary attempts, countless frivolous lawsuits, and relentless requests for money from strangers and acquaintances alike. His experience serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of maintaining privacy after acquiring sudden wealth. Your immediate circle of trust should be extremely limited. Only your spouse or life partner needs to know the full details initially. If you're single, consider confiding in one trusted family member or friend who has demonstrated financial responsibility and discretion. Your professional advisors, once you've carefully selected them, will naturally be part of this inner circle, but they should be bound by confidentiality agreements. You must discuss your situation. Develop a simple, consistent response that doesn't invite further questioning. For example, if asked about a business sale, you might say, "Yes, the business transaction went well, and I'm taking time to plan my next steps carefully." This acknowledges the event without revealing details about the amount involved or your plans for the money. For those who do know about your windfall, be clear about your expectations regarding privacy. Have direct conversations about why discretion matters and the potential consequences of sharing this information. Some people might not understand the gravity of maintaining privacy until you explain the practical implications, from security concerns to the preservation of normal relationships. Consider taking practical steps to protect your privacy. This might include setting up a trust or LLC to hold assets, using a different mailing address for financial correspondence, or adjusting your social media privacy settings. In some cases, moving to a new location where fewer people know about your circumstances might be worthwhile. Privacy isn't just about protecting your wealth, it's about protecting your peace of mind and your ability to make clear, uninfluenced decisions about your future. The fewer people who know about your sudden wealth, the more space you'll have to process this life-changing event and make thoughtful choices about your next steps. The time will come when you might choose to be more open about your financial situation. But in the immediate aftermath of receiving sudden wealth, privacy serves as your first line of defense against many potential problems. By maintaining strict privacy in the early stages of your wealth journey, you create a foundation for long-term financial and personal success. This protective barrier gives you the time and space needed to implement the other crucial steps outlined in this book, allowing you to transform sudden wealth into lasting prosperity. Chapter 2. Take no action for 30 days. When sudden wealth arrives, your brain experiences a rush of emotion similar to being in a state of shock. Whether you've won the lottery, received an inheritance, or sold your business, the psychological impact can be overwhelming. Your mind races with possibilities and fears all at once. This emotional tsunami is precisely why your first major financial decision should be to make no decisions at all for at least 30 days. This 30-day cooling-off period serves as a crucial buffer between your old financial reality and your new one. During this time, your brain needs to process the magnitude of the change and adjust to your new circumstances. Many newly wealthy people who skip this step often make impulsive decisions they later regret, such as purchasing expensive homes, making risky investments, or giving away large sums of money without proper planning. The concept of a decision-free zone might seem counterintuitive, especially when you have numerous pressing matters and everyone around you is pushing for immediate action. However, this pause allows you to gather your thoughts, research your options, and begin to develop a strategic approach to managing your wealth. Think of it as a financial meditation period, a time to observe your thoughts and emotions about money without acting on them. During these 30 days, focus on education rather than action. Read books about wealth management, study the experiences of others who have successfully managed sudden wealth, and start researching potential financial advisors and lawyers. This knowledge-gathering phase will prove invaluable when you eventually begin making concrete financial decisions. You'll be better equipped to ask the right questions and identify potential pitfalls. Some matters might genuinely require immediate attention during this period. For these situations, create a simple framework to determine what constitutes a true emergency. Tax deadlines, legal requirements, or time-sensitive investment decisions related to your windfall might need addressing. However, most decisions can and should wait. If someone is pressuring you to make an immediate decision about your money, that pressure itself is often a red flag. Use this time to observe how your relationships and daily life begin to shift. Notice how people react to your changed circumstances, even if you've told very few people. Pay attention to your own emotional responses to your new wealth. Do you feel guilty, anxious, overwhelmed? Understanding these emotional patterns will help you make better decisions when your 30-day period ends. Start keeping a journal of your thoughts and ideas during this time. Write down what you think you want to do with the money, but don't act on these thoughts yet. You'll likely find that your priorities and plans shift significantly over these 30 days as the initial excitement wears off and clearer thinking emerges. What seemed crucial on day 1 might seem unnecessary or even foolish by day 30. This waiting period also helps you maintain control over your wealth from the beginning. By establishing early that you won't be rushed into financial decisions, you set a precedent for thoughtful, measured wealth management. This approach will serve you well when dealing with financial professionals, family members, and others who may have opinions about how you should handle your money. All that arrives suddenly can disappear just as quickly without proper management. These initial 30 days are your foundation for long-term financial success. They represent your opportunity to break the pattern that causes so many windfall recipients to lose their wealth within a few years. By giving yourself this crucial pause, you're already distinguishing yourself from those who let emotions drive their financial decisions. Chapter 3. Hire a financial advisor and lawyer. When sudden wealth enters your life, you'll quickly discover that money management becomes exponentially more complex. While you might have successfully managed your finances before, the stakes are now much higher, and the decisions you face carry far greater consequences. This is why building a professional team, starting with a qualified financial advisor and experienced lawyer, becomes crucial to your long-term success. Your search for these professionals should begin with those who specialize in sudden wealth situations. These specialists understand the unique psychological and practical challenges you face, and they've guided others through similar circumstances. A sudden wealth financial advisor differs from a traditional advisor because they are equipped to handle the immediate emotional and financial complexity of your situation, while also creating a sustainable long-term strategy for wealth preservation and growth. When interviewing potential financial advisors, look for those who hold credentials such as Certified Financial Planner, CFP, or Chartered Financial Analyst, CFA. Ask about their experience with sudden wealth clients, their investment philosophy, and how they handle client communications. Pay particular attention to their fee structure, whether they charge a percentage of assets under management, flat fees, or hourly rate. Be wary of advisors who push specific products or seem more interested in selling than understanding your unique situation. Your lawyer should ideally specialize in estate planning and tax law, with experience in high net worth clients. They'll help structure your wealth in tax-efficient ways, protect your assets, and ensure your wishes are legally documented. Ask potential attorneys about their experience with similar cases, their approach to client communication, and their network of other professionals who might become valuable members of your wealth management team. The relationship between your financial advisor and lawyer is crucial. They should work collaboratively to ensure your financial and legal strategies align. For instance, your financial advisor might identify investment opportunities that your lawyer then structures in the most tax-efficient and legally protective way. This teamwork becomes particularly important when dealing with complex assets, business interests, or multi-generational wealth planning. Consider your initial meetings with potential team members as interviews. You're hiring them, not the other way around. Don't feel pressured to make immediate decisions, and trust your instincts if something doesn't feel right. A good advisor or lawyer will welcome your questions and take time to explain complex concepts in terms you can understand. They should also be proactive in identifying potential issues and opportunities you might not have considered. The cost of professional advice might seem high, but it's an investment in protecting and growing your wealth. The mistakes you might make without proper guidance could cost far more than professional fees. However, understand exactly what services you're paying for and ensure they align with your needs. Your team should provide clear, written agreements outlining their services, fees, and responsibilities. Once your core team is in place, they can help you identify and bring in other professionals as needed: tax accountants, insurance specialists, or investment managers. Think of your financial advisor and lawyer as the architects of your wealth management strategy, coordinating with specialists to build a comprehensive plan that addresses all aspects of your financial life. These relationships will likely be long-term. You need professionals who not only have the right expertise, but also align with your values and communication style. They should be people you trust and feel comfortable working with, as they'll be advising you on some of life's most important decisions. Take time to build these relationships thoughtfully, as they will become crucial partners in managing and protecting your newfound wealth. Chapter 4. Clear toxic debt first. At this moment you receive a financial windfall, you might be tempted to immediately start investing or make exciting purchases. However, one of the most crucial first steps is identifying and eliminating what we call toxic debt, the high-interest, unnecessary obligations that drain your resources and limit your financial freedom. Toxic debt typically includes credit card balances, payday loans, high-interest personal loans, and any debt with double-digit interest rates. These debts create a significant psychological burden and can rapidly erode your newfound wealth through compound interest working against you. For example, a $20,000 0-cents credit card balance at 22% APR costs you $4,400 0 cents per year in interest alone, money that could be better utilized for building long-term wealth. Not all debt needs immediate elimination, however. Strategic debt, such as a low-interest mortgage or business loan, can actually work in your favor. These debts often offer tax advantages and allow you to maintain liquidity while potentially earning higher returns elsewhere. The key is distinguishing between toxic debt that demands immediate attention and strategic debt that can be managed as part of your overall financial plan. When creating your debt elimination strategy, start by listing all your debts with their respective interest rates and terms. While some financial advisors might suggest focusing on the smallest debts first for psychological wins, with sudden wealth you have the unique opportunity to tackle high-interest debts immediately. This approach saves you the most money in the long run and provides the quickest path to financial freedom. Consider the story of James, a lottery winner who received $2 million 0 cents after taxes. He carried $85,000 0 cents in credit card debt across 6 cards, a $15,000 0 cents personal loan at 18% interest, and a mortgage at 3.5%. By immediately clearing his credit cards and personal loan, he saved over $20,000 0 cents in annual interest payments and significantly simplified his financial life. This decision gave him a clean slate to make thoughtful choices about his remaining wealth. The psychological benefits of eliminating toxic debt extend beyond the financial advantages. Many sudden wealth recipients report feeling a tremendous sense of relief and empowerment once they've cleared their high-interest obligations. This emotional freedom allows you to focus on building wealth rather than managing payments, creating a positive momentum that carries into other financial decisions. Be cautious about creating new debt after your windfall. Many newly wealthy people fall into the trap of taking on sophisticated debt instruments or leverage strategies before they're ready. While these tools can be valuable in the right circumstances, it's essential to first establish a strong financial foundation free from toxic debt. Once you've eliminated your high-interest obligations, document your debt-free status carefully. Keep records of all paid accounts and request written confirmation of zero balances. Consider requesting your credit reports to ensure all payments are properly recorded. This documentation becomes part of your financial history and can be valuable when working with financial advisors or making future financial decisions. The debt cleaning process also provides an opportunity to examine the behaviors and circumstances that led to the debt in the first place. Understanding these patterns helps ensure you don't repeat them, even with greater resources at your disposal. Use this reflection to establish new financial habits that align with your wealth preservation goals and future aspirations. Your sudden wealth offers a rare opportunity to reset your financial situation completely. By prioritizing the elimination of toxic debt, you're not just cleaning up past financial mistakes, you're creating a solid foundation for building lasting wealth. This clean slate positions you to make clear-headed decisions about investments, lifestyle choices, and long-term financial planning without the burden of high-interest obligations hanging over your head. Chapter 5. Create a Wealth Protection Plan. Protecting your newfound wealth is just as crucial as growing it. While many focus exclusively on investment returns, the truly wealthy understand that preservation comes first. A comprehensive wealth protection plan acts as a fortress around your assets, defending against both obvious and hidden threats that could rapidly diminish your wealth. Asset protection begins with understanding the various legal structures available to shield your wealth. Trusts, limited liability companies, and other entities can create multiple layers of protection between your assets and potential creditors. Each structure serves different purposes and offers unique advantages. For instance, an irrevocable trust can protect assets from future creditors while potentially reducing estate tax liability, while an LLC can shield personal assets from business liabilities. Insurance plays a pivotal role in wealth protection, yet many newly wealthy people remain underinsured or improperly insured. Beyond basic home and auto coverage, consider umbrella liability insurance, which provides additional protection against lawsuits that could otherwise devastate your wealth. Directors and officers insurance becomes relevant if you serve on boards or run organizations, while specialized coverage might be needed for unique assets like art collections or vintage cars. As your wealth grows, you become a more attractive target for lawsuits. Simple actions like having a teenager's party at your home or employing household staff can expose you to significant liability. Professional liability coverage, employment practices liability insurance, and proper property protection become essential components of your wealth protection strategy. These policies should be regularly reviewed and updated as your asset base expands. Cybersecurity emerges as a critical concern for the wealthy, as digital threats become increasingly sophisticated. Identity theft, fraud, and digital security breaches can compromise both your wealth and privacy. Implementing robust cybersecurity measures, including secure communication channels, encrypted financial transactions, and professional monitoring services, helps protect against these modern threats. Physical security deserves equal attention in your protection plan. This might include home security systems, secure transportation arrangements, and privacy measures for your family. While it may feel excessive initially, proper security planning prevents problems before they arrive and provides peace of mind that allows you to enjoy your wealth without constant worry. Diversification serves as another crucial pillar of wealth protection. This extends beyond just spreading investments across different asset classes. Geographic diversification, including international assets and accounts, can protect against country-specific risks. Currency diversification helps hedge against monetary policy changes and economic upheaval. Even diversifying professional relationships ensures no single advisor or institution has complete control over your wealth. Estate planning becomes an integral part of wealth protection, ensuring your assets transfer efficiently to your chosen beneficiaries while minimizing tax implications. This includes establishing clear succession plans for businesses, creating healthcare directives, and setting up appropriate trust structures. Regular reviews and updates to these documents ensure they remain aligned with your wishes and current law. Risk management through proper titling of assets and strategic ownership structures can significantly impact your wealth's vulnerability to claims. Understanding how to properly structure ownership of homes, vehicles, and investments can provide additional layers of protection against potential creditors or legal challenges. The most effective wealth protection plans remain dynamic, evolving with changes in your life, the legal landscape, and economic conditions. Regular reviews with your advisory team ensure your protection strategy remains robust and relevant. As your wealth grows, your protection needs will change, requiring ongoing adjustments to maintain comprehensive coverage against both current and emerging threats. Creating a wealth protection plan might seem overwhelming, but it represents a critical investment in your financial future. Working with experienced professionals who understand the unique challenges of sudden wealth helps ensure no vulnerabilities remain unaddressed. Your wealth protection plan becomes the foundation upon which all other financial decisions rest, providing the security and confidence to grow and enjoy your wealth responsibly. Chapter 6. Invest slowly, not emotionally. When sudden wealth arrives, the urge to immediately put that money to work can be overwhelming. The financial markets seem to beckon with promises of doubling or tripling your newfound fortune, while friends and acquaintances appear from nowhere with can't-miss investment opportunities. This is precisely when you need to resist the natural impulse to act quickly and instead embrace a measured, methodical approach to investing. The psychology behind rushed investment decisions often stems from a combination of excitement, fear of missing out, and a misguided belief that money not immediately invested is money wasted. However, the most successful investors understand that time is an ally, not an enemy. Warren Buffett's famous quote about being fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful speaks directly to the importance of emotional control in investment decisions. A strategic approach to investing your windfall begins with understanding your risk tolerance and time horizon. Rather than diving headfirst into the market, consider implementing a dollar-cost averaging strategy over 12 to 24 months. This methodical approach helps mitigate the risk of investing all your money at a market peak and provides the psychological benefit of knowing you're making progress while maintaining control. If the market drops after you've invested some of your money, you'll still have dry powder to take advantage of lower prices. Many newly wealthy people fall prey to the allure of complex investment products pitched by aggressive salespeople. These might include specialized hedge funds, private equity deals, or exotic derivative products. While some of these investments may have merit for certain situations, they often come with high fees, lack of liquidity, and complexity that makes it difficult to understand what you truly own. Instead, focus initially on building a foundation of well-understood, liquid investments that align with your long-term goals. The role of diversification cannot be overstated when investing substantial sums. Beyond just stocks and bonds, consider how different asset classes can work together to create a portfolio that can weather various economic conditions. Real estate, whether through direct ownership or REITs, can provide both income and appreciation potential. Bonds can offer stability and income, while stocks provide growth potential over the long term. The key is creating a mix that lets you sleep at night while still moving toward your financial objectives. Alternative investments deserve consideration, but only after you've established a solid core portfolio. These might include venture capital, private equity, or other sophisticated investments that were previously out of reach. However, approach these opportunities with extreme caution and thorough due diligence. The best alternative investments often come through established channels and professional advisors, not through casual acquaintances or unsolicited offers. Market timing is a tempting but dangerous game, especially for those new to investing significant sums. Rather than trying to predict market movements, focus on creating an investment policy statement that outlines your goals, risk tolerance, and investment constraints. This document should serve as your North Star when making investment decisions, helping you avoid the emotional pitfalls that plague many investors. The most successful long-term investors maintain their discipline through market cycles by focusing on fundamentals rather than headlines or hot tips. They understand that wealth preservation and growth is a marathon, not a sprint. By investing slowly and methodically, you give yourself time to learn from experience, adjust your strategy as needed, and build a portfolio that serves your long-term emotional needs. Your sudden wealth is an opportunity to create lasting financial security, but only if you approach investing with patience, wisdom, and emotional control. Chapter 7. Don't inflate your lifestyle. The most insidious threat to preserving sudden wealth isn't external. It's our own tendency to rapidly expand our lifestyle to match our new financial status. This phenomenon, known as lifestyle inflation or lifestyle creep, can quietly erode even the largest windfalls, turning what could have been generational wealth into a temporary phase of affluence. When money suddenly becomes abundant, our perception of what constitutes a normal purchase shifts dramatically. The mid-range sedan becomes a luxury SUV, the casual dinner out transforms into weekly fine dining experiences, and the modest vacation evolves into first-class travel with premium accommodations. Each individual upgrade might seem reasonable in isolation, but collectively they create a new baseline of expenses that can quickly become unsustainable. The psychology behind this behavior is fascinating. Humans rapidly adapt to new circumstances, a trait scientists call hedonic adaptation. That exciting new purchase or luxury experience quickly becomes ordinary, pushing us to seek even more expensive thrills to maintain the same level of satisfaction. This creates a dangerous cycle where maintaining happiness requires ever-increasingly expenditure, but the joy derived from these purchases becomes increasingly fleeting. The smarter approach is to implement the two-thirds rule. Live on no more than two-thirds of your new available income or wealth, regardless of how much money you've acquired. This creates a natural buffer against lifestyle inflation while ensuring you can still enjoy meaningful improvements to your quality of life. The remaining third should be dedicated to long-term wealth preservation and growth, ensuring your sudden wealth becomes lasting wealth. Consider focusing on lifestyle upgrades that genuinely enhance your well-being, rather than those that simply signal status. For instance, investing in a home that's comfortable but not ostentatious, choosing quality items that last rather than luxury brands for show, and spending on experiences that create lasting memories rather than temporary impressions. These choices provide real value while avoiding the trap of conspicuous consumption. Time freedom is perhaps the most valuable luxury your newfound wealth can buy. Rather than filling your life with expensive possessions, consider using your resources to buy back your time. This might mean hiring help for tasks you don't enjoy, reducing your work hours, or creating opportunities to spend more time with loved ones. These investments in time and relationships often yield far greater satisfaction than material upgrades. The social pressure to display wealth can be intense, particularly when others know about your windfall. Truly wealthy people often live far below their means, allowing their assets to grow rather than consuming them. Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in 1958, and many other billionaires maintain surprisingly modest lifestyles relative to their means. Creating a structured spending plan before making any major lifestyle changes can help prevent impulsive decisions. Work with your financial advisor to determine what sustainable yearly spending looks like for your situation. This number should account for taxes, inflation, and the long-term growth needed to maintain your wealth. Any lifestyle upgrades should fit within this framework, ensuring that today's choices don't compromise tomorrow's security. By maintaining a lifestyle that's comfortable but controlled, you preserve the option to make bigger changes in the future, while protecting yourself from the common pitfall of overexpansion. This approach allows you to enjoy your wealth while ensuring it remains a tool for long-term security, rather than a temporary boost in consumption. The goal isn't to live like you're poor when you're rich, but to live like you're smart when you're wealthy. Chapter 8. Set up passive income streams. Wealth isn't just about having a large sum of money. It's about creating sustainable income that maintains and grows your fortune over time. When you suddenly receive a windfall, one of your primary objectives should be transforming that lump sum into reliable income streams that can support your lifestyle without depleting your principal. Passive income comes in many forms, and diversifying across several types helps protect your wealth while maximizing your earning potential. Real estate investments offer one of the most traditional paths, whether through direct property ownership, real estate investment trusts, or real estate crowdfunding platforms. These investments can provide regular rental income, appreciation potential, and tax advantages through depreciation and other write-offs. Dividend-paying stocks represent another cornerstone of passive income strategy. Blue-chip companies with long histories of dividend payments and increases can provide growing income streams that help combat inflation. Consider building a portfolio of dividend aristocrats, companies that have increased their dividends for at least 25 consecutive years, to create reliable quarterly income. Bond investments, while typically offering lower returns than stocks, provide more predictable income through regular interest payments. Municipal bonds offer tax-free income at the federal level and potentially at the state level as well, making them particularly attractive for high-net-worth people in higher tax brackets. Creating a bond ladder with varying maturities can help manage interest rate risk while providing steady income. Business investments can generate substantial passive income when structured correctly. This might include becoming a silent partner in established businesses, investing in franchise operations, or purchasing existing businesses with strong management teams in place. The key is ensuring these investments truly remain passive and don't require your daily involvement. Online businesses and digital assets have emerged as modern passive income sources. This could include creating and monetizing content websites, developing mobile applications, or investing in digital properties that generate advertising revenue or subscription income. While these may require initial effort or investment, they can eventually run with minimal ongoing involvement. Royalties from intellectual property represent another form of passive income. This might include licensing patents, trademarks, or copyrighted material. For those with creative abilities or innovative ideas, developing intellectual property can create income streams that last for decades. Creating multiple income streams requires careful tax planning and structure. Different income sources are taxed at varying rates, and the timing of income can impact your overall tax situation. Working with tax professionals to optimize the structure of your passive income investments can significantly impact your after-tax returns. Automation and systems play crucial roles in maintaining truly passive income streams. Setting up automatic investment plans, utilizing property management companies, and implementing technological solutions for business operations helps minimize the time and effort required to manage your income-generating assets. Risk management becomes particularly important when setting up passive income streams. While diversification across different types of income sources provides one level of protection, you should also consider insurance, legal structures, and emergency funds specific to each income stream. This might include liability insurance for rental properties, business interruption insurance for commercial investments, or maintaining cash reserves for repairs and maintenance. The goal of establishing passive income isn't just about generating current cash flow. It's about creating a sustainable system that can support your lifestyle indefinitely while allowing your principal to grow. By carefully selecting and structuring your passive income investments, you can build a financial foundation that not only preserves your sudden wealth, but continues to generate returns for generations to come. Chapter 9. Build an emergency reserve. Even with substantial wealth, building and maintaining a robust emergency reserve remains crucial for long-term financial stability. The size and scope of your emergency fund should expand proportionally with your newfound wealth, as the potential scale of emergencies you might face has likely grown alongside your net worth. Your emergency reserve serves as more than just a safety net. It's a strategic buffer that allows you to make better decisions under pressure and avoid liquidating investments at inopportune times. For the newly wealthy, this reserve should typically cover 12 to 24 months of living expenses, significantly more than the traditional 3-6 months recommended for average earners. This larger cushion accounts for the more complex financial obligations and responsibilities that come with wealth. Consider structuring your emergency reserve in tiers. The first tier should be highly liquid, perhaps in a high-yield savings account, ready for immediate access. The second tier might be in short-term government bonds or certificates of deposit, offering slightly better returns while maintaining relatively easy access. A third tier could consist of ultra-safe investments that can be liquidated within a few weeks, providing an extended safety net for prolonged financial challenges. The composition of your emergency reserve should reflect your new financial reality. Beyond covering basic living expenses, your fund should account for potential major repairs to higher value assets, unexpected tax obligations, legal fees, or business opportunities that require quick action. Wealthy people often face unique emergency scenarios that might not affect others, such as sudden legal challenges or the need to protect business interests during economic downturns. Your emergency reserve should be separate from your investment portfolio and any funds designated for specific purposes. This separation ensures that you won't be tempted to dip into it for non-emergencies or count it as part of your investment strategy. The goal isn't to maximize returns on this money, it's to have absolute certainty that it will be there when needed. Consider the psychological benefits of maintaining a substantial emergency reserve. Knowing you have significant liquid assets available can help you remain calm during market volatility and make better long-term investment decisions. It can also provide the confidence to take calculated risks in other areas of your financial life, knowing you have a solid foundation to fall back on. In today's digital age, consider maintaining part of your emergency reserve in alternative forms, such as precious metals or stable digital assets. This diversification can protect against banking system disruptions or currency emergencies. However, ensure these alternative holdings represent only a small portion of your total emergency reserve. Your emergency fund should evolve with your changing circumstances. Regular reviews with your financial advisor can help determine if your reserve needs adjustment based on new assets, business ventures, or family obligations. As your wealth grows, you might need to increase your emergency reserve to match your expanding financial footprint. Privacy and security considerations should factor into how you structure your emergency reserve. While maintaining liquidity is important, you don't want your entire emergency fund visible in a single account that could attract attention or create security risks. Working with your financial team to establish secure, discrete banking relationships for your emergency reserve can provide both accessibility and privacy. Building an emergency reserve isn't a one-time task. Market conditions, interest rates, and your personal circumstances will change over time. Regular rebalancing and reassessment of your emergency fund ensures it continues to serve its purpose effectively while adapting to your evolving needs as a high net worth individual. Chapter 10. Say no often and early. Learning to say no becomes one of your most valuable skills when you suddenly acquire wealth. The requests for money will arrive faster than you can process them, from family members facing emergencies, friends starting businesses, charities seeking donations, and strangers with investment opportunities that seem too good to be true. Your newfound wealth can quickly evaporate if you don't establish clear boundaries from the start. The key to saying no effectively lies in developing a systematic approach before the requests begin flooding in. Create a personal policy for handling money requests, much like a business has policies for various situations. This might include rules like never making financial decisions on the spot, requiring all investment proposals in writing, or directing all requests through your financial advisor. Having these guidelines in place removes the emotional burden of each individual decision and provides a consistent framework for responding to requests. Many newly wealthy people struggle with guilt when declining requests for help, especially from family and friends. Protecting your wealth isn't selfish, it's responsible stewardship that enables you to make a more significant positive impact over time. By preserving and growing your wealth thoughtfully, you maintain the ability to help others in more sustainable ways, rather than depleting your resources through reactive giving. The art of saying no requires practice and often benefits from prepared scripts or responses. A simple, "I have a policy of not mixing money with personal relationships" can be highly effective. Another approach is to say, "I'll need to discuss this with my financial advisor," which creates distance and time for proper evaluation. These responses help prevent awkward situations and protect relationships from the strain that money matters can create. Timing plays a crucial role in saying no effectively. The earlier you decline a request, the better. Allowing people to build up hopes or make plans based on your potential assistance only makes the eventual no more difficult and potentially damaging to relationships. Quick, clear responses demonstrate respect for both parties and prevent misunderstandings from developing. Professional relationships also require careful boundary setting. Well-meaning financial professionals, business partners, or advisors might pressure you into decisions that serve their interests more than yours. Develop the confidence to question recommendations and delay decisions until you're fully comfortable. Your wealth gives you the power to choose your timing and terms. Use this power wisely. Some people find it helpful to create a formal giving strategy that aligns with their values and financial goals. This might include setting aside a specific percentage of wealth for charitable giving or establishing a foundation with clear criteria for grants. Having such structures in place makes it easier to direct requests to appropriate channels and evaluate them objectively rather than emotionally. The ability to say no extends beyond financial requests to time commitments as well. Wealth often brings invitations to join boards, attend events, or participate in various ventures. Each commitment reduces your ability to focus on managing and growing your wealth effectively. Guard your time as carefully as you guard your money. Both are finite resources that require careful allocation. Saying no doesn't mean never saying yes. It means being selective and intentional about your financial decisions and commitments. Every yes should align with your long-term financial strategy and personal values. This thoughtful approach ensures that when you do choose to help or invest, your resources create meaningful impact rather than being scattered across numerous requests dilute their effectiveness. Chapter 11. Update your legal documents. A sudden influx of wealth demands a comprehensive review and update of your legal documents to reflect your new financial reality. Your existing legal paperwork likely doesn't account for your increased assets, changed circumstances, or newfound responsibilities. This oversight could leave you vulnerable and potentially compromise the legacy you hope to build. Start with your will or trust. Your previous estate planning documents probably distributed modest assets among a few beneficiaries. Now, with significant wealth, you need to consider more complex scenarios, including tax implications, charitable giving, and possibly multi-generational wealth transfer. A basic will might no longer suffice. You may need to establish various trusts to protect assets, minimize estate taxes, and ensure your wishes are carried out exactly as intended. Your power of attorney documents require particular attention. When you have substantial assets, the person you designate to make financial decisions on your behalf must possess not only trustworthiness, but also financial acumen. Consider appointing someone who understands wealth management or can work effectively with your financial advisors. Similarly, your healthcare proxy should be updated to reflect any new resources available for your medical care and end-of-life wishes. Insurance policies need thorough revision. Your life insurance requirements may have changed dramatically. You might need less coverage for income replacement, but more for estate tax liquidity. Property insurance limits should be increased to protect your new assets, and umbrella liability coverage should be expanded to guard against the increased risk of lawsuits that often accompany wealth. Business documents demand special consideration if you own a company or hold significant investments. Operating agreements, buy-sell arrangements, and succession plans should align with your new financial position. These documents should clearly outline what happens to your business interests if you become incapacitated or pass away, preventing potential disputes and protecting your enterprise's value. Beneficiary designations on retirement accounts, life insurance policies, and other financial instruments need immediate review. These designations supersede your will, so outdated forms could derail your entire estate plan. Consider whether your current beneficiaries have the capability to manage substantial assets and whether structured distributions might be more appropriate than lump sum payments. Your advanced healthcare directives should reflect the additional medical options your wealth now affords. You may want to specify preferences for private care, experimental treatments, or specific facilities that were previously beyond your means. These documents should clearly communicate your values about quality of life and medical intervention, now backed by the resources to support your choices. Consider creating a letter of intent or ethical will to accompany your legal documents. This personal statement can explain the reasoning behind your decisions, share your values and hopes for future generations, and provide guidance on how you wish your wealth to impact your beneficiaries' lives. While not legally binding, this document can provide crucial context and prevent misunderstandings about your intention. Your legal documents aren't static. They should evolve with your circumstances. Schedule regular reviews with your legal team, especially after major life events or significant changes in tax laws. Your wealth management strategy should include a system for tracking document updates and ensuring all advisors work from the most current version. Digital assets deserve special attention in your legal documentation. Cryptocurrencies, online business assets, social media accounts, and digital content libraries need clear succession plans. Include specific instructions for accessing and transferring these assets, as traditional estate planning methods often fall short in addressing digital wealth. Chapter 12. Plan your next 10 years, not next 10 weeks. Sudden wealth often creates a dangerous short-term mindset. The excitement of newfound riches can cloud our vision, making us focus on immediate gratification rather than long-term prosperity. This myopic view has led countless wealthy people to squander their fortunes on fleeting pleasures rather than building lasting financial security. The key to preserving and growing sudden wealth lies in extending your planning horizon beyond the immediate future. Think of your wealth as a mighty oak tree rather than a fast-growing annual plant. Your financial decisions should nurture deep roots that will support growth for decades, not just produce quick results. This means considering how your choices today will affect your life not just next month or next year, but in 2034 and beyond. Start by visualizing your ideal life a decade from now. Where do you want to live? What kind of work, if any, do you want to do? How do you want to spend your time? What legacy do you hope to leave? These questions help shape a framework for your long-term financial decisions. Your wealth should serve as a tool to construct this future, not as a means to temporarily enhance your present circumstances. Your 10-year plan should encompass multiple life dimensions. Consider your career aspirations. Perhaps you want to start a business or transition to meaningful volunteer work. Think about your family's future needs, including education, healthcare, and potential major life events. Factor in your personal development goals, whether they involve learning new skills, traveling, or pursuing passion projects. Each of these aspects requires careful financial planning and resource allocation. Demographics and societal trends should influence your long-term strategy. The world is rapidly changing, with technological advances, shifting economic powers, and evolving social structures. Your wealth management approach should account for these macro trends. This might mean investing in emerging technologies, preparing for potential disruptions in traditional industries, or positioning yourself to benefit from demographic shifts. Infrastructure for your wealth matters as much as the wealth itself. Over 10 years, you'll need robust systems to manage, protect, and grow your assets. This includes establishing relationships with trusted advisors, creating efficient tax structures, and building networks that provide opportunities and support. These foundations take time to develop, but become invaluable as your wealth journey progresses. Your 10-year outlook should also include contingency planning. Life rarely unfolds exactly as we expect, and true financial security comes from being prepared for multiple scenarios. This means maintaining flexibility in your investments, keeping some powder dry for opportunities, and having backup plans for various potential challenges or setbacks. Wealth preservation is a marathon, not a sprint. The decisions you make today should set you up for success not just in the coming months, but for years to come. This might mean foregoing some immediate pleasures or exciting opportunities in favor of more sustainable, long-term choices. The satisfaction of watching your wealth grow steadily over time far outweighs the temporary thrill of short-term gains. A decade-long perspective also helps you maintain emotional equilibrium during market fluctuations and life changes. When you're focused on long-term outcomes, daily market movements and temporary setbacks become less significant. This emotional stability is crucial for making sound financial decisions and avoiding the common pitfalls that plague the suddenly wealthy. Your 10-year plan should be a living document, regularly reviewed and adjusted as circumstances change. However, its core principles, sustainable growth, careful preservation, and alignment with your life goals, should remain constant. By maintaining this long-term focus, you transform your sudden wealth from a potentially fleeting windfall into a lasting foundation for generations of financial security and personal fulfillment.